What's up, dudes? It's 21st to the 12th, 2017. This is the first ever Alex5000 podcast. I'm going to do a 5-minute explanation, an update, and then we're going to tell the story of how my Van Halen band split up. I'm kind of distracted. There's just been a fucking terror attack in Australia. I'm on Facebook now. Fucking awful. That's what peace looks like, is it? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, it's Jesus' birthday in 4 days, which is good. Oh my God, let me just have a drink. If you want to listen to this at work, you can go to weirdnoises.co.uk. I'm going to put a download link up, and then if this goes well, I'll do one a month. I'll get some of my friends involved. We'll tell some stories, whatever. So basically, I was going to make a video at the end of the year just thanking everyone for your support and shit, because it's like fucking ridiculous now. I get daily messages and crap. I went on Facebook the other day. I had 75 friend requests in one fucking day. So I spent about 3 hours going through that, just making sure there was, no pictures of ISIS flags or anything. And yeah, I've sold loads of CDs. The Weird Noises video was really successful. I bought my girlfriend's Christmas present with that. So that was she was getting a Mars bar and half a Twix, maybe a Diet Coke, if I blow the budget. But totally winging this. Not going to pre-record it because I fucking hate the sound of my own voice. Guitar playing and performing is my thing. Talking isn't. So let's wing it. Yeah, so I was going to make a video, and a lot of people have been telling me, because my videos are so fucking long, they really are. Especially the streams and stuff, like 2 to 3 hours. One of them was like 5 hours, and people listen to them in work. And now I get it, because I took on a normal person job. A normal person job, the way I'm explaining it, for December, just to make extra money. I was doing because I thought I was gonna have no money in. I thought I had no gigs, and my CD sales were, they were good last month. They were slowing down this month because it's Christmas. And then I made that Weird Noises video. Loads of people bought the tab and shit, which is fucking awesome, and then bought the CD or whatever. Loads of people were saying they didn't even know I had a fucking website. So there you go. And then I've got 2 gigs at the end of the year. I got a gig tomorrow in Southport at the Fox and Goose. That's the 22nd tomorrow in Southport. And we're wearing the suits, the silver suits and everything. It's going to be the first time I'm doing that, which should be fun. And then Thursday the 28th, I'm in Newcastle. Okay. There's a big update about security. I need to find out if I can get my girlfriend in without paying. That's what you do, innit? Okay, so on the day I'm playing, we've got, I'll just give you the names, and you can guess what they are. There's Thin Lizzy, Status Quo, Destroyer, which is a tribute to Twisted Sister, Led Zeppelin, Led into Zeppelin, Van Halen with an I, and Kiss GB headlining. That's on the Thursday. On the Wednesday, you've got Whitesnake UK, Riff Raff, which is AC/DC, Bryan Adams, Bon Jovi, Green Day, I'm not really sure how that fits in with the theme, and Guns N' Roses. And then on the Friday, the day after, you've got Pearl Jam, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Rage Against the Machine, Ozzy Osbourne. And yeah, so that's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, so what the fuck was I saying? I got a fucking normal person job, and it was fucking awful. I took on night shifts on the off chance that I did get any gigs, which is good because I could get Saturdays off. So I've been working 6 days a week from about 10 at night till 6 in the morning. 6 days a week, night shifts. It's been fucking brutal. And the people there were fucking twats. I was meant to be there last night and I didn't I just thought, fuck it. It's Christmas time for Alex now. I remember this woman was a bitch. And I've got to, because I'm used to, I've been working for myself for 2 years. So you sort of develop this, your own kind of managerial attitude, and this woman was just being a total bitch. So I was like, fuck this. So I just went to the toilet every day and had a wank. So that's I busted one out in the toilet. So I went to the toilet. Let's work this out now. I had a wank. How many wanks a week? That's 6 wanks a week. Times 4 weeks. Well, 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. That's 24 wanks. Let's say each one's 5 minutes. So I don't know. How many hours is that? 24 times 5 is 100 minutes. So that's 1 hour and 40 minutes of wanking. And I was on £8.30 an hour. So let's just round it down to £16, give or take. That's how much 24 of my loads is worth, £16. There you go. And that's what I was doing at Royal Mail, sorting letters and shit. Right. But it was a fucking depressing job, and I was listening to comedy and stuff to get me through the shifts. And then you guys were saying, oh, you know, I listen to your stuff at work, blah, 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 blah. So here we are. I'm going to do podcasts and stuff. You can listen to them, not listen to them. And I guess that's it. That's the update. So I've been really busy. That's why I've been slow on my uploads. We got a fucking gig, massive festival coming up on the 28th. I know a few of you said you were going to go to that. It's in Newcastle. That's fucking like a 4-hour drive for me. So I'll be there from about 2 o'clock. So if you want to hang out, get in touch with me on Facebook, or if you can on YouTube or something else. And maybe I'll see it, maybe I won't. I'll just scream my name out and I'll appear. Okay, here's the Van Halen story. Fucking hell, it's hard to concentrate. I need to go to concentration camp. Right. Okay, I'm going to go get a glass of water. I'll leave you guys with a song. I'm going to release another demo in a couple of months. I made this a couple of years ago after I made Eargasm. Fuck it, I'll just play it. This is 6-String Swing by Alex5000. I'll see you in a minute. And after this, we'll get tucked into that giant shit sandwich that is my Van Halen band.
8,000 years in the future, Alex5000 stands atop a mountain, captured in the insecure bedroom guitar player's arena. They force him to play for his life. This is the 6-String Swing Tournament! Gentlemen, Alex5000 enters the death arena.
There you go, that was 6-String Swing off another demo. I'll release that in a month or two. I wasn't happy with how that came out. which is why I put off my recording my second album. That, and Tanya was going fucking mental, like, you can't make it, you just made an album. Because, when you're writing a CD, you do become a completely selfish piece of shit for a couple of months. Anyway, the Van Halen shit, here we go. So, a backstory. When I finished uni, I have a degree. Can you fucking believe that shit? Totally useless, though. Lesbian dance theory. That's what I did. Got a first in lesbian dance theory. I finished my degree. I was about 21, 22 years old. Moved back home, and YouTube had just started. I put some videos of me playing guitar on YouTube, and I got asked to join this band in Wrexham. And they were like a pub level band. And I know a lot of you guys are in these kind of bands that, just very basic. You turn up at a pub, there's like 2 people there if you're lucky. You play your covers and then you fuck off or whatever. It was that kind of thing. And I was in that band for years. And we did Yngwie Malmsteen, we did Whitesnake or whatever. And it was the same thing every time. People weren't coming to the gigs, it was quiet. I mean, pub bands are like that, but you still can have a successful pub band. Anyway, so we did all them covers and shit. And eventually I wanted to write my own songs, and I wanted, I was the youngest one in the band. I had a bit of energy and a bit of excitement about me, and I wanted to do stuff. And they had this attitude of, it's all about being in the right place at the right time, We're never going to get anywhere doing this because, the rock scene's dead or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I kind of didn't... Then I was a completely different person to what I am now. I had no experience, no contacts, no knowledge, really, of anything. I just knew how to play guitar. If arguably, so we did what we did, and then eventually these bands started appearing, coming out of Helsinki, and I started thinking, fucking hell, these guys are doing great songs, blah 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 blah. I can do that. I want to do that. So I quit this fucking band. Best decision I ever made, and I fucking left. Anyway, I'm gonna skip out a couple of years because this is a whole different story of me becoming Alex5000. But I was in that band and I quit. Because they weren't going anywhere, and they were never going to go anywhere because they had the wrong attitude, which is what I eventually learned, and whatever. So, I move on, I do my own thing, I become Alex5000, do loads of shit, and I have a different attitude at this point. This is years later, because by this point I'd left, I'd made an album, I'd got on the radio, I was in another band that was on the verge of becoming successful. This is my Kiss tribute, right? I went back into the tribute game to get money. I used to turn my nose up at it. The proper tribute where you wear the costume and everything. I used to turn my nose up at it because I thought, it's a bit gay, pretending to be someone else. And turns out I just didn't have any idea. And then one day I realised, would you rather be working in a fucking call centre, getting screamed at, or would you rather be on stage in front of 1,000 people, pretending to be someone else? And anyway, so I got back into the tribute game, and then I guess some people were looking at me and saying, if he's doing the tribute thing, we'll do the fucking tribute thing. So I think it was at Christmas. It might have been last Christmas. I got a message on Facebook from, I'm not going to name anyone in the band because then it's going to get a bit, because this story is fucking dodgy as fuck. So I don't want to start a war. I'm not going to name anyone. But this guy sent me a message saying, hey, there's no Van Halen tribute band. And it was like this genius moment, right? It was like, fucking hell, no, there isn't. That's what I thought straight away. There isn't a Van Halen tribute, but what the fuck? And then this other guy was like, fucking hell, yeah, there isn't a Van Halen tribute. And we all got really excited. And like we just discovered gold. And yeah, straight away it was like, fucking hell, we'll need to do it. And I thought it was a genius idea straight away, because who the fuck doesn't want to be in a Van Halen tribute band? Because the way I see it is the guitar player is a fucking hero. It's a great opportunity for a guitar player. Fucking amazing opportunity for a frontman to be David Lee Roth. Amazing opportunity for a drummer to play those fucking unbelievable drum lines that Alex used to play. And fucking Michael Anthony. Everyone loves Michael Anthony. I've never heard anyone say, Eddie's son is a really good bass player. No, fuck that shit, son. It's all about Michael Anthony. So I thought, fucking hell. For even for Four Egos, it's a great band to do a copy of. So we started talking straight away. Immediately, because I was working full-time for myself then, I was just selling CDs, hustling with radios and shit, and doing gigs or whatever. So I was doing some of the extra work. I put out adverts for bass players, and I was putting out... There's a couple of websites in UK which are totally shit. They're just full of wankers. It's not that the websites are shit. They're just full of time-wasting wankers. And unfortunately, that's the majority of musicians in Britain, it seems. Time wasters. They're not me. I wouldn't even call them musicians. Anyway, and I put out some paid adverts at my own cost, my own time, and I spent like a month or two doing this every day, really, really pushing it. And then I found a bass player who lived quite close, and he loved Van Halen. So great. So we turn up. We all go to a fucking practice, and it went okay. We picked like a couple of the normal songs, like the easy ones, Running with the Devil, You Really Got Me, and then maybe we picked one or two more interesting ones. Everyone kind of liked each other. We all knew each other. I mean, I'd kind of outgrown our old band. So there was 3 members of our old band and 1 new guy. And I was kind of I'm not being a dick, at a different level. I'd had more experience, more knowledge than I used to have, and I was thinking about things differently. And so that this is quite an important part to it. So we turned up to a practice. Everything went okay. And I started realizing, oh shit, backing vocals is a massive part of the Van Halen thing, right? So I went home. This just shows how much I've improved over the last 2 years. I went home and started learning all the harmonies and shit and playing the guitar at the same time, which is actually really fucking hard to do, especially shredding and stuff. So I started working out all the harmonies, and then I was sending people harmonies. I was like, oh, you need to learn this harmony, blah, 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 blah. And then while I was on the internet, I looked if there was any Van Halen tribute bands. Turns out there's like fucking 5, right? This myth of us being the first Van Halen tribute was a load of bollocks. There's loads. We just hadn't done any research, which I can take equal responsibility for. It's fucking so stupid. Anyway. Which affects us anyway, because these guys are going to be out getting gigs in their different territories or whatever. We've got to be better than we've got to fucking negotiate the gig. Fucking hell. So, yeah, not great. So we leave the first practice. I go home, and at this point, I'm in my growth period. I've just got on the radio. I've got my own album, and I keep saying that because basically mentally I've changed from what I used to be. I'm a professional now, and I'm dead serious about what I do. Well, I don't take myself seriously, but my performance and my your reputation, very, very serious. So I go away. I'm learning all these fucking harmonies, and I'm sending harmonies to other people. I'm saying, look, if I sing this one, you sing that one, right? And another guy who's in some AC/DC tribute sent me a message saying, look, dude, you need to get on these fucking harmonies straight away, and because it's going to be a fucking nightmare, right? So, and I had no experience singing and playing at the same time. I'll do it a little bit in Kiss, but it's nothing mega. And I've got an extreme tribute coming up where the singing is going to be off the fucking chain. So I was thinking, right, be good at practice for me. I'm singing. We go down to the second practice. We've learned more songs, right? And one of them was I'm the One. I'm the One by Van Halen. Fucking amazing song. And everyone's like, oh, don't want to do it. It's too hard. And I'm just like, just shut the fuck up. Because these guys, they don't play every day. I play fucking like 11, 12 hours a day because I love it. Not because I want to practice, because I fucking love doing what I do. So we go down, everyone's like, I don't want to play it. And then we play it, and of course it's fucking amazing, right? We fucking nail it. Or we get close to nailing it. And I'm shoving in my dodgy harmonies, and we keep going. And then obviously other people aren't learning the harmonies or whatever. We're still we're arguing about who should be singing, who shouldn't be singing, because we're too polite to say, oh, you know what, X has got a shit voice and X has got an okay voice or whatever. And then when we start singing the harmonies, we've got people who go between different fucking notes and shit, and everything just sounds fucking awful, right? The harmonies just sound fucking awful. So then we eventually got there with the harmonies. Some people would just sing something, and I just sing the opposite. And Eddie shouldn't be singing at all, right? But it was, I don't know. It was like I was trying to make things sound better. I mean, Eddie shouldn't be singing, so I was like overworking myself already just to make the fucking songs sound better because we were filling in spots that other people couldn't do. Right. Then we started going through this weird period of time over like 4 months practicing where we'd turn up and we'd have a really shit practice or we'd turn up and I'd be annoyed at the practice and then we'd have another practice and it'd be amazing, right? And this went on for 4 months and I couldn't really work out what it was. Because there's no reason when you're practicing you should be getting better. At anything you do, walking the dog, training your dog, having a shit, wiping your ass, the more you do it, the better you should be getting. And we'd have a good practice and then a shit practice. And then I realised one day we turned up there at Factory Studios, which is about 20 minutes away from where I live, which is actually run by one of the guys, I think it's the bass player from The Verve. I didn't know because I've been going there for like a year now. I've been going there frequently. And I didn't realise this guy was like a super famous fucking rock star. Anyway, yeah, Simon. Anyway, so we'll go in there and we had to have a practice. And then one day someone said something like, oh, fucking hell, I haven't played my instrument or I haven't practiced since that last time. And then it just clicked. I was like, fucking hell, no wonder we're having a good practice and then a shit one. We turn up for a month. No one's practiced anything or played their instruments. And then the practice is fucking shit. And then the next week we'd have another one because we'd be worried about the previous one and it'd be okay because they'd be fresher. So, yeah, that fucking dog wants to go out. That triggered me big time. That was an apple burp, tasted of apple, because I just ate an apple. Right. While this is going on, my Kiss band is going from strength to strength. We're putting the work in, and I'm seeing the results, yeah? It isn't a fucking mystery formula. If you work on something and you tweak something, it gets better. Now, I've probably missed this out of my backstory, but a year or so earlier, I released my CD. I was in the Guitar Gods Festival with fucking Steve Vai and Yngwie Malmsteen. No shit. And... I started going for record label auditions and stuff, right? And I realised I needed to work on my publicity game, right? So I started building my YouTube, which is why I do these crazy videos that I do. It's like a publicity stunt. And I put in a lot of work into my YouTube. So, like I was saying before, I don't take myself seriously, but I take my reputation and my business, my career, really seriously. So I put like a year's worth of effort into this fucking YouTube thing, right? And I uploaded a practice video of one of our Van Halen practices, which I was proud of. I thought it was really, really good. And I uploaded it onto YouTube. Turns out there is a massive fucking Van Halen community, because surprise, surprise, motherfuckers, this is going to shock you. I wasn't really into Van Halen before being in this tribute at all. I knew that, the big songs or whatever, but I hadn't listened to the whole albums and shit. I know, is that fucking depressing? Because all the comments I get is like, oh, you must be a massive Van Halen fan, or you're a Van Halen clone. It's like, no, motherfucker, I'm just better than you. So, yeah. Yeah, there's a massive Van Halen fan base, or tribute fan base. There's loads of guys who are in tributes and they all watch each other's videos. There's a massive community out there for this shit. And I had no idea. And even now, I'm convinced if we get a Van Halen band tribute going, which I have got another one on the way, possibly, working on in the shadows. There's already tons of support out there, or whatever. And I uploaded this video, and the comments started coming in, right? Now, I've been in this game a long fucking time, so I'm used to, you get people who give you criticism. Criticism is the best fucking thing in the world. Someone looking at things with a different pair of eyes, different set of ears will say, look, this is good, but change that, or that's shit. Now, some people can take criticism and some people can't. I would say, listen to people. If someone says, oh, that's shit, that looks dodgy, just fucking change it, work on it. Make yourself, fucking immune from criticism by working on yourself. But that's not how it went down. I uploaded the video. We had loads of comments. And it's, I'm not being a dick, but it's like loads of people kissing my ass and then shitting on everyone else, right? It was like, this person's shit, this is shit. That's fucking shit. Different people, or great band, but this is shit, or you need to kick that guy out, right? Because these are professionals like me, and you just don't. When you get to a certain level, it's like I haven't got fucking time to carry your, hold your hand. Just fucking, you're fired. So these guys were coming out with comments like that, saying, just fire that guy. He's shit. And then one of the members of the band saw it, and went fucking ballistic at this guy, right, on my YouTube. And they started having this guy was like, oh, this person is shit, they need to work on this. And then the band member was like, fuck you, I've been doing this, blah, blah, blah. It was just cringy. They started having they didn't have a fight. My band member was upset. Dewey, fuck off, he's trying to steal my apple. They started having like an argument or whatever. And the guy actually giving the criticism, I went on his YouTube, and he's in a Van Halen tribute band, and he's amazing. So it's like, it'd be the perfect opportunity to get feedback from someone who knows what they're doing. But instead of that, they had a big fight. And at this point, I was selling CDs and stuff, and it affected my CDs had slowed down for that month. I was losing money, and at that point, I was earning nothing. I was earning like my Kiss gig money, and I had savings from my job, and that was it. You get like 2 pence off a royalty off the radio or some shit. So it affected me, and I was fucking angry. Plus, I lost loads of subscribers. I lost a couple of hundred, because then I had like 500 subscribers. And I lost like 200 subscribers because they saw this fight, because they were thinking I'm a twat. Dewey, fuck off. And so I was fucking angry. Plus, you just don't do that. You just don't. I get it that people get angry, and sometimes there is unnecessary criticism and arguing, but you just don't fucking, especially on someone else's business. Imagine if I went on Facebook now, on one of my, because my friends have their own businesses, if I went on there and started arguing with people in the comments, that would be it. The business would look like shit. And all right, let me just have a bite of this apple. So we'd had this YouTube drama, right? Then I get a message from this guy saying, delete and block, delete those comments and block that guy, or I'm out of the band, right? Oh, fucking hell. And I just fucking annoyed me straight away. It's like I was being held ransom for some other guy's comment or some shit. Plus, you probably guess where I am politically, but I'm not a fucking fascist who's going to start deleting people's opinions or whatever. Just fucking leave it there. Just fucking get over it. Anyway, so this guy threatening to leave the band because of these comments. And I was like, mate, are you going to fucking leave over this? It's fucking stupid. Just let it go. We go to the practice, and then by this time, I've been stewing over it a bit. And I'm thinking, God, you acting like a knobhead affected my business. Even though it's a very small business. Maybe not even a business at that point. And I told him, and there was just nothing there. He didn't understand that what he'd done wasn't right. And it just fucked me off. So then, this is like, we're like 4 months into the band, right? And he's probably listening to this now. So you ready? This is going to upset you. So then I started putting adverts out for it because I saw it coming, right? Immediately it hit me. I was like, fucking hell, this band is just like the band I used to be in. It's a bit cringy, we all need to be on board or we're fucked. We're all 100% into this, or, we're going to work on it or we're fucked. And then I realized we were fucked. This is like 4 months in. So straight away, I start putting out adverts for fucking, for that person, to replace that person in the band, right? Dewey! Fucking hell, I'm trying to fucking, why the fuck? Oh my God, I'm not even joking. You fucking little shit. He's scratching me. He seems to think the most important thing in the world is that he gets this apple out of my hand. Little fucking hell, this is it. We'll have half each. Sorry, guys. This is so fucking Alex5000, isn't it? Right. Right. So yeah, we'd had this YouTube situation, which is really only small shit. But I realised it was like a little fucking cancer that was going to grow, and it was going to fuck us up. So I started looking for fucking a new member straight away, right? I'm still kind of small at that point. This is like a year ago. No contacts or anything. So, it was going to be hard. Put some adverts out. We keep practicing. And to be fair, 2 of them were in full-time work. They had normal jobs, right? Doing it for a hobby. Or whatever the fuck you call it. Fun. And it took us a long time to learn songs. So me, let's say if I do a Steve Vai live stream, or I do a double Steve Vai live stream, it takes, I don't want to upset you guys, it takes me about 5 days to learn 2 Steve Vai albums, note for note. And I understand not everyone's like that. However, it took us, we're like 5 months in, and we had about 10 songs, right? Van Halen songs, they're like fucking 3 minutes to 3.5 minutes long. So to make a set, which is an hour and a half to 2 hours, because we want to go and headline shows, we don't want to be pissing about doing crappy shows. You need you need over 20 fucking songs of Van Halen to do a fucking Van Halen show. And obviously my guitar solo, like I uploaded it, you can see that's quite long. And I did that on purpose to kind of pad the show out. He's going to start fucking barking now. This is the thing with dogs, right? I don't want to smack him. Smacking dogs is a waste of time. But he's like, when he acts like this, he's like saying, come on, smack me, son. Smack me. Fucking ruining the podcast. such a bastard. Right, I'm going to have to pause and come back. Okay, I'm back. So we started this band. People aren't fucking practicing. We can't learn the fucking harmonies. One of the members is upset because they're getting criticism. And whatever the fuck I just said before Dewey started going mental. All right. We were learning, we'd learned 10 songs in like 4 months. It took so fucking, it's just insane, right? And some people, like, sometimes we turn up to practice and some people wouldn't even have learned the song. And we started getting it because this is just a bad situation. You just wasted, because we're paying money to go to this guy's studio, rehearsal space. So when we're paying like 20 quid an hour, whatever it was, fucking every fucking week, it gets fucking expensive. And then people haven't learned the songs. And then people start getting their phones out. It's like, oh, let's listen to it on my phone. It's such a fucking waste of time. I'm just pissing money away. So in my mentally, I'm looking at this band and I'm thinking, shit, this isn't gonna fucking work. Or I've either I can whip everyone into shape, or we're not gonna fucking work, right? So I thought, fuck it, I'll whip everyone into shape. I'll make everyone like me. I'll fucking, we'll try and improve everything, and then hopefully we'll get a video and people can look at it and we can be inspired by our own performance. And then everyone will be on board, right? So then I become the next Hitler, right? Because this is what it was like in my Kiss band. This is the thing with my Kiss tribute. We had one practice. We turned up to this place in Birkenhead, this shitty little fucking rehearsal room with these guys, and I knew these guys were quite serious because they were all in other projects. I turned up. We had one fucking practice. We went through all the songs. Then we had another practice, which was half the time, 1.5 practices, and we'd learned about 30 songs. And then we started gigging, and people just learned the songs in that fucking short amount of time, right? So, but the singer in that band, who's also the manager or co-manager, he's like fucking Stalin. He's fucking 9. Fuck the Jordan 9. Whoosh, whatever. So if anything goes wrong, you're in fear that you're gonna lose your job, basically. And there was this pressure to fucking perform, and the proof is in the pudding. We did our first gig or whatever, and at every gig we did, even if we had a good gig, the manager was like, fucking, yeah, that was good, but this is shit. The fucking makeup was wrong. 9 to Jordan. Or whatever. Went a bit Japanese then. And there was this pressure to perform, which fucking works. Someone cracking the whip, you're like, fucking hell, I need to get better. And now we're a fucking badass band, probably a lot down due to him being an arsehole with everyone. Yeah, you just need to have a fucking proper attitude. You've either got to fucking go out there and blow the shit out of everyone, or not. And I don't mean that in the Islamic way. I mean it in the, oh fucking hell, there you go. Lost 10 subscribers. You got to blow everyone away, or just not fucking bother. You want the good gigs, you want the money, because the money's insane as well. You want the good gigs, you want the money. You need to be fucking worth it, because it's a business. It's great if you're having fun, but you need to be making these fucking venues money. Right. So I'm taking all this knowledge and going back to my Van Halen band, start cracking the whip, and I start being a bit like, you're not fucking learning stuff. Next time, just fucking learn it, man, because, in a polite way, but unexpectedly, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'd be like, yeah, just next time, make sure you got it, because it's costing us money to come down here. So next time, make sure you've learned that song, make sure that blah, 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 blah. This went on for like a month, right? And there's almost a little bit of tension in the room at this point, because I'm cracking this fucking whip in hopes that everyone's going to fucking get better. And to be fair, some of them did. So we start talking about gigs. This is fucking where everything goes to shit. So we haven't got a fucking PA. PA is the little audio system you see when you're at a gig. Most of you know this, but there'll be some people that don't know. There'll be a speaker on either side of the stage, probably more. Or if you come to a Kiss gig, there'll be giant fucking strips of speakers everywhere. PA. You plug your fucking vocal microphone into the mixing desk, that goes into the PA. People can hear your vocals, right? Because it's 2017. In the olden days, you just fucking point yourself at the audience and shout really loud. But it doesn't cut it nowadays because we've got electric instruments that are too loud. So, PA, you need it so everyone can hear you. We didn't have a fucking PA. Now, here's the problem. the band are like, oh, should we get a gig going? Maybe that'll make us learn another 10 songs in X amount of time. Fucking hell, this is fucking. My blood's just boiling thinking about the whole situation. Now the shit pub gigs we used to do, they haven't got their own PA because they're little pubs or whatever. It's not financially viable for them to buy this shit. The big venues may have their own PA. So everywhere I play with Kiss has their own PA. But you can't just walk into them gigs. You've got to prove yourself. You've got to prove that you can bring people in. So we're in this situation where we can't really play the places with no PA because we haven't got a fucking PA. And we can't play the big places because they're not ready to have us. So I fire off hundreds of emails to all these venues. Pretty much all of them just ignored me. And I guess the other thing is, I didn't realize at the time is, but to get yourself into these places, and then even once you've got the gig, it's a Herculean effort to get people to fucking come. So if you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll see every gig I do, I'll share it fucking 8 times. And everyone in the band shares it 8 times, and no one on my Facebook gives a shit. But some people do see it, and they do come to the gigs, and you got to plug the shit out of everything. And the venues expect you to work so fucking hard to get people in there, or you're never going to be going back because you're going to go there and there's going to be no people there. So it's so much fucking effort. Number one, to get in the venue, and then to plug the shit out the gig, and then do the gig or whatever. The gig's the fucking easiest part. And this kind of knowledge, I don't know, just comes with fucking working really hard. But if you look at my Kiss band and you look at the manager of that band, how fucking hard he works on booking the gigs, it really is unreal. Anyway, can't get a fucking gig with a place with a PA, right? So I go back to the band. I'm like, look, guys, I'm a bit worried here. We haven't got a fucking PA, and the places that have a PA, which are big venues, that we're not ready to go there. They're probably not going to have us because I couldn't even get a response. And also at the same time, I messaged our Kiss band, and we were thinking about putting an Extreme tribute together, right? So then the singer from that band said, "Oh, why don't your Van Halen band come and play with the Extreme band, and we can do double gigs together? Extreme will open, and then Van Halen afterwards, and we can promote it to venues like that because it's a hard sell." No, Extreme's a hard sell, and Van Halen's a hard sell, but together, people would love that, Van Halen and Extreme. So I thought, fucking hell, yeah. And plus, this guy could get us fucking gigs like no tomorrow. So I go back to band practice, and I'm like, look, guys, we can't get into these fucking big venues. We're going to have to suck a few dicks. We're going to have to go in at the bottom and play some of the places we used to play, the shit gigs. Maybe just for 6 months. Maybe it'll just be 1 or 2 fucking shit gigs, right? And we'd have to play for fuck all as well, but we need a fucking PA. The reaction I get is, I'm not buying a fucking PA until we get fucking gigs, right? That was it. There's no fucking nothing. I was like, well, we need fucking hell, that dog. We need a fucking PA. Even just a basic one, it's like £200, which is nothing when you consider the amount of money that I've put into my gear, and the drummer's got the gear, and whoever. Sure, I'm not giving anything away now. Yeah. I still haven't mentioned anyone's name or position in the band before, because I can just imagine a jihad being waged on me when I release this story. So we got no fucking PA, and I go in, and X isn't willing to get any PA, so we're fucked. Absolutely, just the wrong fucking attitude. We can't get into the big places. And we can't even offer ourselves to the small places because we don't have a fucking PA. It's the worst. It's the most ridiculous situation to be in when you want gigs. It's fucking insane. And we haven't got a fucking set after like 6 months, right? So at this point, things are looking a bit ropey from my point of view, right? My YouTube starts growing. For whatever reason, my Eargasm CD had a second life because it's 2 years old, right? And I'm getting singers from around the world and drummers and singers saying, hey, bro, do you want to make a fucking Van Halen band? Do you want to come to America? We'll make a Van Halen band, right? People are just fucking offering their services or whatever. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, what the fuck? What am I doing here? That's from my second album. It's called. So we've got tension in the band now. There's some bad attitudes. There's one member's thinking that I should be getting gigs. I'm thinking, how the fuck do we get gigs with no fucking PA? And then on the other side of my mind, I'm thinking, well, we haven't got the harmonies sound fucking awful, and we're not learning the fucking songs. It's taking too long. This sucks. So my Kiss band, again, getting even more successful. We go to Glasgow, right? Fucking probably the best gig I've done this year. I played a fucking arena this year, right? And then I went to Glasgow, and we played this little place called... Oh, I'm not going to name it, because I don't want anyone getting in trouble. But it was a fucking amazing gig. It was full. There was loads of people, and like there was so much energy in my Kiss band, the happiness, and like we're building something successful. And it's amazing to actually be part of something that's successful, right? We went there. It was full. People loved it. People turned up in the makeup, and it was fucking amazing, right? And the venue was massive, and they treated us unbelievably well, right in the middle of the city. This is like big time now, yeah? Serious gigs. We got to turn up and deliver the fucking goods, and then we're fucking in, because then other people will be talking about us. So I finished the fucking show, right? The promoter, the guy who books the gigs for the club, who actually works for the club, a proper venue, he fucking comes up to me, and he says, oh, you're Alex5000, aren't you? I was like, oh, yeah, mate, fucking hell, nice to meet you. He goes, you got a Van Halen tribute on the go, haven't you? I was like, yeah. How'd you know about that? He's like, oh, I've seen your videos. Do you like my Scottish accent? I've seen your videos, and fucking great. We'd love to have something like that here. I'm thinking, oh my god, fucking bingo, right? Straight to the big time, because we'd made 2, 4, 6, 8. We must have got close to £1,000 for that gig with Kiss, and for a Van Halen gig, for our first gig for that, we're taking the piss. We're skipping years of fucking work. And the guy's like, yeah, we'd love to have that, but you need to get rid of this fucking member. They're shite, right? So I've got a promoter for this club telling me they'd love to have the band, but they want to, we need to get rid of X member, a member, replace them. Because he thought that he didn't like their attitude, he didn't like what he'd seen on the YouTube with the arguing, and fuck knows how he's fucking seen this video. It just goes to show you really never know who's fucking watching, right? So people, all sorts of people are watching my shit. I mean, I've noticed, I've been checking my subscribers and my Facebook friends. Some of you there's a guy owns his own fucking guitar company, and they're on TV. TTM Guitars or something, and some of you work at GIT in LA. Fucking amazing. So you never know who's watching. So why make yourself look a cunt in front of fucking all these people? Anyway, so this guy's offering us a fucking gig if we can sort this member out. This absolutely infuriated me. I loved it. I loved that we had the opportunity to do a gig, but we were never going to get there because we couldn't really just kick someone out the band. And we didn't have a replacement. Yeah, so people wanted the band, or this guy wanted the band. For fucking hell, we couldn't just sort it out with this member, right? And this is the first time I've told anyone this. I mean, Tanya knows this. And anyway, I went and got in the van with my Kiss band. We finished the gig, went and got in the van, and I said, oh, look, guys, because I felt like I had to be honest with them. That guy's just offered me a gig for Van Halen. We were talking about a gig for Van Halen. And I said, I wasn't sniping. I wasn't trying to steal business, because I want to be transparent. But he said, he didn't like this member or whatever. And then we started chatting. Right? And I forgot to mention, over the last couple of months, members of that band had come up to me and said, hey, look, I don't want you to fire anyone, but if the opportunity arises for a bass player or a drummer or whatever, I'd fucking love to do that. I love Van Halen. And they loved how, the effort and the excitement that I was putting into it. They wanted to be a part of that. Because all we had to do was take the Kiss mentality of that band and put it into this band. Basically, fucking just work hard and reap the fucking rewards. So these guys had approached me saying they wanted to join the band, right? They said, don't fire anyone, but if the opportunity arises, I'd love to do it. I'm thinking, brilliant. But no one had approached me to do the role of the member that we needed to replace. So I thought about it, but I knew it would be a big drama if I ever went around it. I wasn't just going to start firing people and make a new band. Right. So I go back to my Van Halen band, and I'm having drama with this member that I haven't been getting on with, right? And there's tension, and it's a bit weird. And there's even things like, we can't even set the fucking P. When we turn up, When you set up a microphone, just fucking walk in, mute the channel, plug it in, and whatever. And that's loads of people. So I'm not singling anyone out. And it'd take fucking like half an hour. There'd be popping noises, and then we'd all be stood around going, "Why isn't the PA working?" It's like, because we just fucking fucked it up the arse. And it was I was just at this point mentally, I was just left the band really. It was just a fucking car crash, and there was nothing I could do to fucking save it. So there's a guy who organises. He's got some power because he works at this venue in Llangollen, the arena, the pavilion, whatever you call it. He approached one of the guys and said, "Do you know when it's called Van Gogh, the festival? So Van Halen, it made sense, Van Gogh, Van Halen, blah 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 blah. Do you want to come play it?" This was to one of the guys, right? Because one of the other guys used to run our old band. So he comes in saying, "Oh, I've got us this gig because this guy's my biggest fan," or whatever, right? Fucking hell. So I'm just like, fucking hell, have you heard this shit? So we went, and to be fair, I love the guy who got us the gig's amazing. He's offered me more gigs since there, or he's been in touch asking about gigs and stuff. He's a great guy, Barry, booking gigs for the Llangollen Pavilion. So, we went and did this fucking festival gig. Fucking massive place. Insane. And, yeah, I mean, it went about as good as it could go at our level. Things could have been better, and everything's going wrong, but we squeezed our way through. And when we turned up for that gig, oh, fucking hell, there's no way I can do this without pissing people off. We turned up for that gig, and one of the guys had a beard, right? It was only like a week's worth of fucking beard. And the character he was playing didn't have a fucking beard, right? So we were all, we're just having a shave and shit. This guy turns up and he's put fucking makeup all over his beard instead of having a fucking shave, right? And that just fucking says everything about the fucking attitude towards the project and the fucking band, right? And I was like, what the fuck is that? Got fucking makeup on his fucking beard, and I've got all the gear, and I've made the costume and whatever, and this guy can't even have a shave. So we're joking about that. We're talking about that or whatever, and then there was like weird things happening throughout the day. People, I don't know, we were arguing about who's fucking parking where, and it wasn't even a fucking big deal where people needed to park and shit. It was fucking ridiculous because some people have gear, some people don't have any fucking gear, and now we're at this point where everyone in the bands, everyone is talking shit about each other behind each other's backs, right? And I'm like the funnier. I'm that character who you see. I'm that funny guy. So it all ends up coming back to me. People talking shit to me. So everyone's talking shit about each other. We got this tension. We got a guy with makeup on all over his beard, right? And it went all right, but fucking hell. And at this point, mentally, I just checked out. We're about 8 months into this project. We had a 45-minute set that day, right? And I remember we struggled to find enough songs to fucking do that. So then we're just arguing pretty much. One of the members is having a go at me for not getting gigs because I took the responsibility of doing that. And I couldn't get any fucking gigs because we haven't got a fucking PA. And the places that did have a PA, one of the places wouldn't have us because they didn't like one of the fucking members anyway. So it was just this fucking awful situation. And we all fucking hated each other. There was loads of tension. And so I contacted a few places and said, look, we're this band, we're up and coming, some of us are members in other professional bands, we'll bring in a crowd, we'll fucking play your pub for free. I'm offering free gigs, right? Giving it away. I'm thinking only for a couple of shows. Send a few emails out. Got a few responses. Some of them are like, oh, have you got a PA? It's like, no, we haven't got a PA. So we can't fucking play there, right? So that was five places crossed off the fucking list immediately. Because we haven't got a fucking PA. So we can't play there. One place that we used to play was Whittles in Oldham, where we did the full show. And I sent a few messages for him, and I quoted them a price. And it was the most money we've ever got paid playing there, right? Quoted them a price. And another pub in Chester got back saying, "Oh yeah, we'll have you, but for free." And they had a PA, so it's like, okay, we'll do that shit free show, whatever. Now, fucking hell. What started to develop, there was like a power struggle. I think one of the members wanted a bigger piece. I'm sure he'd probably say, oh, Alex wasn't doing anything with the band. But the way I see it is he wanted a bigger piece, or who the fuck knows what's going on, but there was a power struggle, right? So then this guy's like, one of the places that got in touch said, oh yeah, we'll have you. We'll let us know what dates you've got. I made posters with no fucking dates on, right? I've still fucking got these bastards somewhere with no fucking dates on. And maybe I'll use it as the screenshot for the video. I've got these posters with no date on. I had them printed. And then this guy's like, there's a band I want to go watch at this place. I'm going to go in. And I'm thinking, fucking no, just don't fucking go in. Go watch the band if you want to go watch the band, but don't fucking get involved. Just let me take care of this shit, right? It just fucking enraged me. It's like don't fucking go in, because I'm the only one who's got everyone's dates. I'm the only one who knows where we've contacted. I'm the only one who's done anything. So this guy's going in, and he goes into this fucking bar or whatever, and he's like, right, we're doing this gig on this fucking date. So he goes in, he goes watches his band, meets the fucking guy who owns the pub or whatever, and then he's like, right, we're gonna be doing this date, which fucking enraged the fucking shit out of me. And for this exact reason. So about an hour or two after he fucking does that, I get an email back from this other place where we're getting offered hundreds of pounds. And they want us for the same fucking date, right? So it's our first full gig. It's our second gig. And we're double booked. Fucking. And for those of you, I guess it's a pleasure to be double booked. Double booking a gig is probably like the worst thing you can do. I'll give you an example. I'll give everyone in Van Halen a break for a minute. Neil, who you've seen in my Heavy Metal Mayhem videos, he's a bass player in Kiss. One of my favorite people in the world. I love that guy. He's hilarious. I won't say that because he probably will end up being a convicted paedophile in like 5 years. I can see that happening. Sorry, Neil, if you ever hear this. But the other day, he's double booked himself a couple of times with gigs, right? And it pisses everyone off. Not in a bad way. We love him, but it's not good. It's not good. The venues get really angry, or they won't have us, or what. It doesn't look good. Especially with the gigs we're doing with the Kiss thing, we're really serious. We can't afford to be pissing people around. And I'm not having a go at Neil. I'm just telling you how the venues are thinking. Anyway, so it's that bad that me and Neil almost fell out the other day. Can you imagine that? Imagine how fucking relaxed I am about shit or whatever. And we were having this Facebook conversation the other day, and I was sticking up for our shoebox, the gigs. I was like, Neil, you can't fucking do this, man, because it's so much hard work. You know, it's blah blah blah. And we almost had a fucking tiff. That's how fucking serious double booking gigs is. Anyway, Neil's fucking great. He never does anything wrong. I love Neil. I was only using that as an example, you know, because if it's that bad that it can annoy Alex5000, it's got to be bad. Fucking hell, it's getting long. Right. So our first gig, we fucking double booked it. So then it's like me and the singer want to murder each other at this point. We hate each other. I'm thinking, why the fuck did he even go in? Why did he get involved? Blah, 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 blah. Anyway. And he's probably thinking or saying that I'm not doing anything with the band, right? Or we're not getting gigs. So I was like, right, I've got to go in. I'm going to go in with these posters and I'm going to smooth it out with this guy because he doesn't even know we're double booked at this point. Because I didn't fucking confirm anything. This other guy gone in and confirmed the gig. So I'm going to go in and say, oh, we can't do this date. And I thought it was going to be quite easy because we're playing for fucking free. You know what I mean? And it's like he's got like months notice to sort something out. So I go in with these posters and this other guy insists on fucking coming again. So it's just fucking cringe. So I walk in, start talking to this guy. I was like, he's like, oh yeah, you're playing here on the 24th. I was like, are we? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I haven't confirmed it. He's like, I've confirmed it with that guy. And he just like, I've confirmed it with that guy. I've confirmed it with that guy. And I'm fucking inside. I'm just fucking so angry. He just said it. I've confirmed it with that other guy. I've confirmed it with that guy. And inside, I'm bubbling up. I'm fucking raging, right? And this guy, I don't know. To be fair, the guy, the landlord, he wasn't the friendliest of guys. I don't know. He was a bit angry. So this other guy turns up from the band, and we're outside. I'm like, look, I've just tried to talk to him. He's having none of it. And then we go in, and he's just this guy just storms off. The owner of the pub just storms off into his bedroom or whatever, sulking. And then the band member's like, oh, let's get a pint. And I'm thinking, I don't want to fucking get a pint in here. You know, we've just fucking pissed them off, so I don't feel comfortable. Plus, I don't want to give people my money after they've been rude to me, because that's just me. But so we're sitting there and we're having this fucking awkward. It's me and Tanya and him and his partner, girlfriend. He's not gay. And we're having this like passive aggressive conversation. And then his girlfriend's like, I don't think you should be running a band. Oh no, fucking hell. It just fucking made me cringe. After everything I've done over the last couple of, everything I've built and fucking hell, yeah, it just made me cringe. So we were kind of polite, but it was like a passive aggressive, we hate each other conversation. You know what do you know what I mean? You must know what I mean. And there were some comments, and it just fucking pissed me off because no one had any idea, right? So then we've got this fucking gig coming up. Oh wait, before that, we had one last practice before the big gig. There was radio silence. People hadn't been talking or whatever. So as far as I thought, no one was knowing what was going on between me and this other dude. I turn up to practice. I'm always the first one there. And the guy who I'm not getting on with is there, right? We're just fucking ignoring each other. We're wheeling my amp in and plugging everything in, and we're not talking to each other. And there's obviously all these exploding noises because we can't fucking work the PA or fucking hell. And we're just ignoring each other. It's so fucking awkward. And there was one or two comments, and I was like polite or whatever, and I'm like laughing at the same time because I am like that is me. I laugh all the time, even if I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. And then whatever, just me and him stuck in a room. Then the drummer turns up, right? And the drummer's like, "Oh, what's going on between you and that guy?" And alarm bell went off on my head. I was like, well, how the fuck does he know? Because they must have been talking about it behind my back. I was like, well, and I just said, well, not in a bad way, but there must have been a conversation. And I was like, well, this situation happened and I'm fucking pissed off about it. I'm pissed off about everything. Basically, everything throughout the year just fucking built up, and I was just fucking angry because that's just how I see the situation. That's how I see everything now. Playing guitar, I know a lot of people, I get questions all the time. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? I want to do this. I want to be like you. You know, blah, 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 blah. I had a question the other day. Someone was asking about Brexit and moving to fucking Britain. I get questions all the time. But trust me, to fucking do what I do, you need fucking insane effort. Learning the guitar, number one, you're probably about 10% as good as you fucking need to be, even if you're as good as me. I'm still trying to get better. I'm not as good as I want to be. Then you got to learn how to communicate with people. You got to develop shit. You got to do all this fucking stuff. It's fucking insane. It really is. The amount of effort you got to put in is Herculean. I stole that word off David Lee Roth. And then I've got this one situation that's trying to drag me back down, and it just fucking angered me. It really did anger me because I'd figured out how to win, and then I'm being forced to lose. So anyway, I'm at practice. I'm not getting on with this guy. This other guy comes in. And we played some songs, and everything went all right. You know why? Because we worked hard, and the songs sounded all right. I mean, really, it was the performance we needed to nail. I think the bass player could have done with some extra practice, but I could forgive it because he was the newest, so I could forgive that. But our weakness was the fucking performance, the moves, and looking like the characters. My costume looked fucking shit. Anyway, we're at practice. We're not getting on. We get through half the practice. This guy, the mediator, is like, oh, Alex, you got to go fucking talk to that guy, because the other guy had stormed off, right? We'd already had a conversation, apparently, about me ignoring him or some shit, which is not true, you know. It was equal. We were not talking to each other. And the mediator's like, oh, Alex, you got to go fucking talk to him. And I said, I can't go. I said, if I go out there and we start talking, that will be it. I fucking told him, and I was right. I said, if I go out there and we start having an argument, I'm not going to back down. Because I'm absolutely convinced in the way I think and the things that have gone wrong and blah, 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 blah. If I go out there, we're going to fucking argue. And I promise you, because I know this other guy, he's going to say he's going to leave, and that'll be it. And the mediator's like, oh, come on, don't be like that. Because he's a nice guy and he's a bit soft. And he's like, come on, just let's have a chat. We can't have this. And, and I said, fine, it's your fucking funeral. So we walked outside. We stood out of Factory Studios, the place that's owned by the Verve dude, and everyone kind of knows us there at this point. I've got the massive long hair, and with a band who does the Van Halen stuff. And the mediator's like, right, guys, let's have a conversation. And I just fucking just brought everything up, everything that had ever annoyed me or irked me or whatever. And it was just a fucking nuclear fight. This guy's like shouting, like, "Fuck you! I'm not putting this shit, fucking, fucking bollocks!" And I was just like, I was really, I just wouldn't back down, and it was exactly the way I said it was going to be. I was just brutal, like, and I wouldn't back down. There was no, was not flexible at all, and he was just like angry, shouting. And then the guy who works there came outside. He's like, "Fucking hell, what's going on, guys?" Because there's me like going, "No, you've been doing this. You're affecting my business. You can't fucking be acting like that. You know, I'm trying to build this shit. I'm trying to make a career. You know, I'm trying to do this, and this, and you're fucking this." Oh, there was something else that happened as well. I'm not sure if it happened or not. But basically, earlier in the year, well, I'm not gonna fucking mention it. Fuck it. We started arguing, and this guy comes out who owns the place. He's like, "Fucking hell, guys, what's going on here? We had people fighting last night, blah, 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 blah." And we had this massive fight. And then the dude says, "Right, I'm out of the fucking band. I'm fucking leaving. That's it. You fuck this." And I was like, "Well, you got to do this fucking gig, man. You can't fucking just leave us in the shit with this gig, because there's money floating around, right? This place has offered us money. And if we'd have pulled out, all four of us are shit at that venue, right? We'll never get a gig at that venue or their friends' venues or whatever again. We needed to do this gig." So I'm saying, "Look, you just got to do this fucking gig. And then if you want to be out, be fucking out." Right? And I just remembered that now, because every time, I sometimes I go there, my girlfriend's learning to sing, and I go play the drums there and shit. And I kind of know the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the dude who had that fucking fight. How's it going?" I was like, "Well, it's fucking over now, mate." Anyway. So. Can't do a Van Halen song without doing Jump, can you? Right? So I needed to make backing tracks for Jump, the intro to The Intruder. We were going to do Just Like Paradise as well. I had to make some synth tracks, some backing tracks, whatever. This is actually earlier on in the story, but I'll just shove it in here. Of course, it's totally up to me. I'm the only one who has the software and knows how to do anything, or I'm the only one who has any interest in doing anything right. So I go to band practice, and the suggestions are like, "Oh, let's just play a fucking track and play along to it," right? Which is the most ridiculous fucking shit in the world. Because how the fuck are you going to be in time? It's going to sound fucking awful. It's fucking cringe. No, you need to make backing tracks with the click track that the drummer can hear, right? And then it got to the point where I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to play the fucking keyboard," because I was putting so much time and effort into these trying to make backing tracks, or trying to work out how to do click tracks, because I didn't know how to do them at that point. Because it's not a guitar job. Anyway, so after fucking months of all day, every day, this is the other thing, I'm putting all day, every day into this fucking project, and I'm earning no money from it. The Kiss thing's earning money, and I've only done 1.5 practices for it. Van Halen's not earning any money. My album's making money, and this is taking up all my time, and people don't appreciate it, and I'm not making any fucking money. So I'm working on these fucking backing tracks, and we start turning up and practicing with them. And no, it's just like, I don't know. This is the thing that really started annoying me. There was no thank you or no understanding of the effort that I put in. Like, fucking, I've made these professional quality fucking tracks, click tracks or whatever. And no one seemed to get it. No one got the amount of effort that I was putting into this fucking thing. So, when we did that gig at the arena, I'd agreed. I said, "Look, if we're gonna do the backing tracks, we need a little mixer to do the backing tracks. That's how you do the click tracks. I've got a mixer. You can go watch that in my gear video." So I took that out of the money, right? I'm doing everything. I've bought fucking DI boxes, microphone cables. That's for me anyway. DI boxes. I've got the mixer, the backing tracks, splitters. Like, fucking so much shit I had to learn. And my girlfriend's yelling at me now. She's like, "You're putting all the effort in. You're getting no money. No. And she's right. And yeah. That just fucked me off. See, I'm actually getting deflated just thinking and talking about it. And it's even worse because at the same time my Kiss band was just kicking ass. So we go to, well, is there anything else? Am I missing anything out? I can't remember. Fucking hell. So we go to the Manchester gig. Yeah, well, Oldham. Whittle's in Oldham, which is part of Pakistan now. And I make the backdrop, right? That's the other thing. We haven't got a backdrop. When you're playing it in a tribute band, you have to have a backdrop. They expect it because if they want you, the venues, they want you to pretend to be the band. You got to have the look. You got to have this, and that's why they pay you the extra money because you're going to be bringing more people in. I put advertisements out on Facebook. This is all me. I build a fucking page. I put adverts out on Facebook. I'm paying money for adverts on Facebook, which was fucking really successful, by the way, the advert. If you want to try that, do it. Facebook advertising is fucking great. For everyone in the area to see that it was a Van Halen tribute band on. I design and make a backdrop myself. I buy and download the Illustrator software, and I draw a fucking Van Halen logo. This is Herculean fucking effort, right? I've done everything for this fucking band. I'm making this fucking logo. I get it put on a banner. I've made all the posters. I get the thing put on a banner. Get the banner printed, Vista print. And this is all out of my money, my own money, and I'm saying, look, I'm going to need this money back out the gig money. Anyway, I turn up at the venue like 3 hours early, meet the landlord who I'd been dealing with, because they'd offered us a good, for our first gig, it was a good amount of money. I go there earlier. I'd organised a fucking drum riser, yeah? This is the other thing, people just turn up, oh, there's a drum riser there. It's like, yeah, it didn't just fucking magic itself there. I fucking got it put there, motherfucker. So I get there, I'm putting the banner up. This member who I've not been getting on with turns up, and it's like, oh, you know what? Let's just fucking get through this show, and whatever, which was great. It's exactly what I wanted to hear. I was surprised, actually. I was thinking, yeah, let's do the show. Let's just fucking do it. And at the same time, I was a bit worried because at this point, you know, I told you my other drummer and my other bass player were interested in joining the band at some point. Well, I discussed the project with the singer now. I said, look, my band I'm doing is falling apart. Would you be interested? Turns out he's really fucking interested. And plus, we started talking about how it would be. We could have, you know, we were going to do. The idea was it was going to be their extreme band and our Van Halen band. We're going to play together. However, now if we had our own Van Halen band, we got 4 guys in 2 bands. We could be getting double the money each, less cars driving around, whatever. Fucking great. So there's that idea in the back of my head. And then, so I turned up to this gig, and the guy's like, let's just get through this gig. And he was polite, which was fucking great. Yeah? That's what you got to be, polite. You just got to fucking get through it. And, I don't know, we were there really, we set everything up. And everything that had ever gone wrong in the year just fucking came out at this fucking gig, right? You can watch the gig, but there were songs there were mistakes that kept coming up. And basically, people hadn't practiced it, so the mistakes were there. And I'm not, you know, it was, to be fair, it wasn't the guy who I hadn't been getting on with. It was other people making mistakes, and they'd been making mistakes all fucking year. And I said to these people, I said, look, the only way to get rid of that mistake and stop it from happening is just practice. All you got to do is go home and practice it. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. Like, when I finish this podcast, I'm going to do my Kiss stuff. I know it inside and out. However, tomorrow when I do the gig, I need to be comfortable that I'm doing while I'm doing all the moves and showing off, that I'm going to be able to play these songs for these people that have paid 10 quid a ticket or whatever. So all you got to do is practice. So there's all these mistakes coming out, and it wasn't catastrophic. And the venue's quite busy, presumably because of the Facebook advertising. It was probably the busiest I've ever seen that venue, right? And I'd set everything up. I got a little track for us to walk out onto to make it, you know, atmospheric, so like or whatever. And bass comes in too early, which is fair enough. And you know what? To be fair, with the bass player, he made mistakes and stuff. I could forgive anything that he was doing or whatever, because I could see he wanted to improve, and it was just like a lack of experience. And I don't mean that in a nasty way, but that's what it was. So everyone, there's things going wrong and all this shit. And now while the gig's going on, people are just chanting. You can watch the gig. Eddie, 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 whatever. Fucking typical British pissheads. And I really think the other member of the band who I didn't get on with resented it. I believe he saw it. It was like the Alex show. Which it didn't need to be, because his role was such a massive role, and if he'd had just done minimal effort, he would have been the star of the fucking show. I'm just fucking giving it away. But he didn't. He just pissed it through his fucking hands, man. Yeah, so I just thought, yeah, that was probably the nail in the coffin for him. So we get through the gig. Alex5000 is the star of the fucking show. I thought the drummer did a good job. His drum solo was really good. I really liked it. The overall gig, I fucking hated it. And I had it on my hard drive for months before I uploaded it. Because it's just, I mean, people watched it and say it was great, but it's not good enough for me. Yeah. So we got to the end of the gig, got the money. I split it out evenly, took my extra money for the banner, and we split the money out. And then one of the members sends me a message saying, "Oh, X is out the band, is he?" I was like, "Well, that's not what he fucking said to me." So it turns out these guys have had a conversation privately out of our chat group, and this other guy said he didn't want to be in the band anymore. He's done. Blah blah. That was it. And again, at the time, they all thought we had no other options or whatever. Well, secretly, I had the ace in the hole, which was, other guys who wanted to make another band. So I was like, fine, just fuck off then. If that's what you're going to do, fuck off. But in a polite way. I was like, yeah, fine. And then everyone's like, the other members are like coming to me going, is that it really? Is that what we're doing? I was like, well, yeah, what the fuck are we going to do? We can't replace that guy. And I've been putting adverts out for fucking months. Because this is the thing no one realised is the effort behind the scenes was just fucking insane. And then I started getting a couple of bitchy messages from people's saying, oh, it's all right for you, because I told them, I was like, look, if this band finishes, I've got another band, and they're going to fucking do it. They're not going to fuck around, so we need to fucking make this work, or we're fucked, right? And we could be doing gigs with them. And then the other guy who said he was leaving is like, oh, fine, yeah, I want a piece of that. I was like, oh, fuck you. If you want to be out, you're fucking out. And, we can't have that shit. You can't be held ransom all the time. Because this was the third time he threatened to leave. And then I was saying, we have opportunity to do gigs with this band. And he wants back in. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Fuck everything. And then the other members started sending me bitchy messages. So we're like, I want to do this and I want to do that and this, that and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, fuck you. Because I'm a fucking human too. I'm Alex5000. I got my own shit. I've got other bands. And really, I want to be focusing on my own music anyway. This is like a side project, and it's just a fucking joke. And then, when I started getting these messages, I just realized that no one had any idea how much fucking effort I was putting in and what was going on, all this shit, and I just thought, fuck it. And that was it. That was the end of the band. And then the other Van Halen thing hasn't been going yet, but if it does, it's probably going to be a 2-practice job and we'll go. But I got a gig in April at the Doghouse Ruby Lounge in Manchester. It's a cool venue. Well, it's all right. It's a good place to get pissed. I've got pissed out loads. Where we're doing the extreme thing. I've floated the idea of maybe doing the Van Halen thing, because the other Van Halen thing we haven't taken off yet. But so that's it. That was the end of that band. And I got the drummer from the Van Halen band. He's now working for my Kiss band because our drummer is ill. So Alex5000, the ultimate bastard, still getting everyone work. Yeah, so he's now working for our Kiss band because our Kiss drummer is ill. I went to watch Extreme in Leeds the other day. That was great with that drummer, the ill drummer. Yeah, and that's it really. And the Van Halen drummer is going to be with us if you are coming to tomorrow and to Newcastle. He's going to be there. I mean, I think the drama's out of the way with the Van Halen thing, because the other Van Halen band doesn't even exist really. It's just a fucking idea, but. That's it. That's the end of the story. If you enjoyed the podcast, let me know, and I'll see if I'll do more or not. Because really, I want to keep everything on the Alex5000 channel. I want everything to be 5-star quality. The reason being, I went into this Royal Mail job. First thing is, I got a message on Facebook. Someone saying, "Hey, are you working at Royal Mail?" I got fucking spotted. Fucking famous, son. And while I was there, I was telling this South African guy. There was a South African guy, and I targeted him. I was like, fucking hell, I got to sit next to him. He's going to be politically incorrect. And we were talking about, and it turns out he loves rock music. And I was like, oh, yeah, just fucking Google Alex5000 if you want to contact me. And then the next day he comes in. He's like, fucking hell, my God. Ah! That is why I want to keep things fucking real. Thanks for tuning in. You can download this at weirdnoises.co.uk. Listen to it in work. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Any improvements, fucking let me know. Am I going to play another song? No, I'm not. 1 free song's enough. See you next time. Pop your cock today. We're gonna get our cocks popped. Pop your cock today. There'll be
penis exploding game. Pop cock, pop your cock today. Yeah! Pop cock, pop your cock today. We're gonna get our cocks popped. Pop cock, pop your cock today. The penis exploding game.